and welcome to another edition of Fridays with Frankie, brought to you by the Frankie and Ding Dong Show. I am your host, Frankie Avalon, here with my best friend and co-host, King Ding Dong, bringing you another exciting evening of Maine bowling recap and regional information and all kinds of stuff that's going to make your week just a little bit better. Ding Dong, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right, Frankie. And, as Frankie said, we've got a lot of stuff to cover this week, a lot of high score shout-outs, some stuff going on in national bowling talk, that just kind of blew up. And, who out there wants to win 8K? I mean,
Absolutely.
Let's get real. This is coming. We're on the doorstep of this right now, Frankie. This weekend coming up, we have, one of our majors at if you will, with the Carls and the FDDS Tour, with the Carls World Tour Top 24 Player of the Year this coming Sunday. We have some more Maine State Open bowling action happening, continuing again this weekend. That continues for a few more weekends, doesn't it, Frankie?
It does.
Yeah.
So actually, this is for the Maine State Open Championship. This is the final weekend.
Oh, is it? Is it really?
This is, yeah. So this is the last weekend of the state tournament. And speaking of which, we're going to get our comments going on the air. We have Boothby's brothers coming in. What's up, gents? What's going on, boys? How you doing tonight? Good to see everyone in here.
Yeah,
if you're in here, we see some likes coming in. We see some people already in here. Get your comments in here. We'll get them up on the air for you. We can answer any questions you have. We're going to get right into our very first topic of the night, which always is our high score shout-outs. And speaking of that Maine State Open Championship, that's where this high score shout-out is going to, because it became a shootout at the OK Corral when we were there this last weekend. What a phenomenal weekend of bowling. Now, there had already been some honor score shot in the tournament.
Yes, sir.
Ed Cotter had a massive, 837 series.
Huge series with the 300 game.
With a 300 game and 22-30 all events, just a massive number. Jimmy, Master Splinter, had already had a 300 in the tournament. And then we come into this weekend and, miss you guys. Miss you too, man. Miss you too. So we come into this week, last weekend, Saturday, I shot, popped off at 299 with the radical outer limits. That
first set, wasn't
it? So
yeah.
Funny story to that set. Started the set with a 6-split 137 game to start. And this is like your daily reminder to never give up and always try to find something. So then 5 frames into game 2, 3 more splits into it. And I think I had 70 in the 5th. And then decided, let me try a little loft. Let me try something different. Move inside. And then was able to salvage a 205 that game, which was pretty good from where I was.
Pretty darn good, yeah.
And then it struck out the last 4 in a row that game, and then through the next 11, came a little high for a 6-pin on the 12th one. Was a decent shot,
Yeah.
But I was pretty happy with that, to pull 641 out of that set, and then shot 744. I think the next set after that pulled pretty good. I think I'm sitting in 5th all events right now, so can't complain there. And our team sitting in 2nd, Catalina Wine Mixer. We had first place for about 10 hours.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy and Mallory's team just steamrolled it. They bowled us the next day. Pooh Bear, shout out to Pooh Bear, shooting 800. Was it 817? 817 for Pooh Bear. Bang, Pooh Bear 800 series. Man, Scotty Too Hottie with a 300 game.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. His first one with his thumb in the ball, which was really cool.
That's awesome. And then Master Splinter coming back.
Master Splinter shooting his career high series of an 824. The next set after the team squad, I believe,
with the 300, right?
with a 299,
299,
a little shaker 4-pin.
That's right.
On the 12 shot, great shot using the DVA Troublemaker.
Yep.
So a lot of the new Brands of Brunswick releases doing work. Scotty shot his with the purple reactive hammer. Pooh Bear shot his with a Power Torque Pearl, the 817. So
right behind you, right?
Absolutely, yeah, right here. So congratulations to everyone. If I missed anyone, there was another younger guy. I think he bowls out of Bangor. He might work there too. I can't remember his name. He shot a 298, I think. I can't remember his name.
Yes, that did happen.
Yeah,
that was
so
on the other side of the house.
Yeah, that was way down on 19 and 20 or something.
We were on 1 and 2 that set, I think.
How cool is it? Now, let's just, while we're talking about this, I'm going to bring this up. Maine State USBC Open talk this weekend. How about the Mucci family? I want to give it up to Andy and Angelina.
Absolutely.
Angelina, phenomenal, just on top of everything, running the event, checking people in, even down there taking care of pins in the gutter and stuff. I mean, she was all over the place. Such a great family community. Always enjoy going to Bangor. Was super pumped that, You know what? I know that the state goes on a rotation for the associations. I've always said that the state should put it out for bidding, and whoever gives them the best bid for the tournament wins it.
Yep.
That shows the centers that really want it.
Yep.
Rather than a bid, rather than a rotation process where there might be a center that doesn't really want to host it, but we go there because we kind of have to because it's in the rotation for this association.
Yep.
You go to a bid system, you're going to get the houses that really want it and really cater to the bowlers. And Bangor really did that. A really well-run event, and the squad showed it. I mean, we were full on most of the squads when we were there this past weekend.
Yeah.
And this is the third weekend into the tournament. So big props to Bangor for really taking care of everything. Even with the issue with the oil machine on Saturday with, having to replace the roller, the linen duster, or whatever it was.
Roller, yeah.
But they got that all taken care of, and everything was great. And I'll tell you, I don't know what you think, but I thought they did a great job.
No, I mimic that sentiment exactly, Frankie. That one little hiccup, they were able to control that and take care of it in a very timely fashion. Look at the center in Bangor. All of the upgrades that it's had, not only throughout the years that we've been there, but just even recently with the overlays. You got the new scoring system, and I got to say that. Flex oil machine, really great machine, and it shows, man. The scores were incredible. The center was very clean and looked very good. As a matter of fact, it ran pretty smoothly. As a matter of fact, I do know that the staff was a little bit short there, as everywhere is. But they were pumping out food and they were doing everything they could. They were definitely a very good, welcoming host center, I must say. So not only did the center look beautiful with their upgrades, they continued to give back to the bowler, and so props to the Mucci family, and you got to give it up for the rock star Angelina. She's doing
phenomenal,
it all.
absolutely
and,
phenomenal.
She does a really, really great job normally, and it really kind of showcased this weekend when we were there, and I'm sure every weekend of the state tournament it's been quite the same for sure. She was absolutely a rock star. Even when we went up, she hosted our high school state event, and absolutely awesome. Great center, great center to visit, you guys. Even after the state tournament is done, take your kids into the center, go check it out, go have a date there. It's a really great center to visit.
For sure.
So go ahead and support that. They're giving back to the community. And I know there is another center down the street, but you're not going to get the quality bowling experience that you will at Family Fun.
Yeah, we know that they really, they are a family-run business, and they definitely take care of their local bowlers and know how to treat them right. So
absolutely.
Thank you very much to the Mucci family for taking care of the tournament. And I look forward to the next time we go up there. I'm really, I'm hoping that it's not 7 or 8 years down the road. I'm hoping that it's before then. So if anyone from the state board's watching, go to a bidding process for whoever gets the state tournament. You're going to get a better host center that way every single time.
I mean, Bangor is probably Family Fun showcasing a great host center for the tournament this year.
I agree. So congratulations to everyone who shot honor scores and bowled awesome this weekend at state tournament. And we'll see what holds on. It's looking good for Ed to hang on for all events. It would be Ed's second all events title. So, and it's probably been a decade or so in between titles for him. So, good for Ed. When you're in your home center and they're putting out the house shot at the center that you bowl in, it definitely helps the bowlers that bowl there all the time. Knowing the moves, the transitions, and stuff like that a little quicker. And so when it's in your host center, look at last year, Adam winning it at just in time. Ed this year looking like he's on pace to win it in Bangor. So, it was great. I mean, as much as I would love to see sport pattern for the person that wins the state tournament title, since they're going to be representing the state at the Masters tournament. That's how I feel about it. But it's almost like you would almost want a separate event for that. I mean, it's nice to see the bowlers come out and have a good time and throw some big numbers. That's fine. I have no problem with that either. But I always felt like the person going out to the Masters should be prepped on a pattern close to what you're going to be bowling on at the Masters to get there. So that's the way I look at it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you it's kind of like a PTQ, if you will. If
Right.
you're gonna send someone out to the Masters, you want that PTQ to kind of mimic what you might see out there.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's not going to be the same
No.
conditions by any means. However, you know, and I'm not dissing on Bangor at all. The
Oh,
shot
no.
was
Oh, it
absolutely
was great. It was
incredible.
consistent from
It was
squad to squad.
amazing.
Every
It was
squad was
absolutely
very similar.
incredible.
Very similar.
However, you know, that being said, it was a house condition, which does end up giving you a lot more room for miss, which is awesome. It's fine. It was fun to strike. But when you go out to the Masters, it's certainly a grind. You ask any one of the guys, even the top guys out there, it's a grind for them. You have to be a shot maker. You have to be a spare maker, which, you know, state tournament really isn't so much about that. I think state tournament is more one of those building block type of tournaments. To get people who are just the 3 game a week, even leaguers out there to, you know, just bowl.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome because we get to bowl with people that we never get to see.
I do like that. I like that aspect of state tournament. I've always enjoyed that. Yep.
So, like, again, we bowled with Mary this time around, and we had bowled with her in Skowhegan in state tournament, you know, but we haven't really even seen her since then.
Sure.
So it was cool to be able to get to see, you know, her and bowl with her.
Yeah.
And she's still using that old
hammer, the PC3.
For her, which is totally cool.
It's
you
cool.
know, it's so awesome.
It's the stuff you see at state, you just don't see anywhere else. So.
Yeah, and it's great to integrate those bowlers. It's almost, if you will, kind of like what we do during our draft leagues. You know, bowler integration, but in this way, it's like you get to see people from other centers,
Right.
And you know, you get to see the tendencies that centers will give you. You know, because, you know, each center has bowlers that have like a tendency.
Oh yeah.
And that tendency will lead to whatever it takes to score in that center.
Absolutely.
So, and it's just cool to see the different styles and tendencies when you go out to state tournament.
For sure.
Check out, because I mean, we tend to see the same players in our tournaments and stuff, which is great. I love our players, and they get better and better every time I see them. So it's cool just to see some of these other players we never get to see from around the state.
For sure. And so that's pretty much our state tournament coverage, which is great. Congratulations to everyone who's done well so far, and hopefully we see some big scores this weekend. We won't be there because on our next segment, Carl's World Tour Bowl of the Year tournament happening Sunday at Bayside Bowl. Come see the top 24 in points, battle it out for the crowd. $100 entry fee to get in, $1,000 first place prize for that tournament. Going to be a lot of fun. Basically, the format is you bowl 4 games, you cut to the top 16. You bowl a 5th game, added to your other 4, cut to the top 8. You go into a seeded match play with your average from the 5 games, you know, so the top 4 have a little bit of an advantage. And then those 4 that win advance to the advances round. The 4 that lose will basically bowl, and the 2 that win out of those 4 will end up getting 5th and 6th and cashing in those 2 spots. And then, you know, obviously it's 1,000, 500, 350 for 3rd and 4th, and then I think it's 200 or 250 for 5th and 6th. So.
And now is the step ladder finals with the top 4?
I don't know. I think it's match play, but I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. Hungus, if you're watching, maybe you can clarify that for us. I was a little unsure reading it on the thing. I thought it was just going to be match play, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Just because 3rd and 4th are paying the same amount. So it makes me think that it would be, you know, just match play, you know, that way. So, so I think that's what it's going to be. But tournament starts at 10 o'clock on Sunday. So if you're bowling, don't show up at 9. Well, you can.
Yeah, doors will open.
Doors will open at 9. But normally we start at 9. You show up at 8. Don't show up at 8 o'clock. No one's going to be there, including yours truly, who will be setting everything up. But so I'll be there around 9 o'clock and get everything. There's only 24 bowls to check in. It won't take too long. We'll be running a high game pot again, $10 high game pot for the first 4 games because everyone's guaranteed to bowl 4. There'll be brackets for games 1, 2, and 3. So definitely, you know, even with only 24 bowlers, those 24 bowlers are a lot of the ones that get in brackets and high game every month. So I think we'll still have a bunch that do it. So should be a good time, and you can make a little extra money on the side. So looking forward to that tournament. Thank you for Hungus. I think Bayside Bowl's kicking in a couple $100 into the prize fund for this. So
absolutely
should be a lot of fun. And there might be another sponsor or 2. I had someone contact me earlier today about sponsorship for the tournament. So I sent them Hungus's way, and we'll see what happens with that. So if there's more money added, then even better. That's how I look at it. So
And I do believe we'll be providing tournament coverage for the entire tournament on Sunday.
And we will be.
So, we'll be there to start it up a little early. Tournament starts at 10, so we'll probably start just before that so we can give you a little preview of, what the lanes are looking like, what the matchups are looking like, that type of thing.
Sure.
I will be in Bangor on Saturday. I have couple sets on Saturday in Bangor, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. You are bowling states on Saturday this weekend. That's right. Yep.
But
I will be at a concert on Saturday. I'll be going to the DCU Center for the Breaking Benjamin concert.
Yeah.
Beartooth, Pretty Reckless, Falling in Reverse. So it should be a good show. Should be fun.
Yeah, those are all great bands.
Yeah. Dorothy's playing, but I don't care about them. So
yeah. But yes, both of us will be bowling on Sunday. So, bash them out if you're out there. If you've
if anyone wants to,
anyone
get on the mic for the qualifying portion of it, absolutely.
If Holden's feeling
right,
loose,
so definitely we're always in for our usual.
I'm pretty sure Salty Splinter's in bowling with us too.
Yes, he's on our pair. So.
Is he? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So
him and Nuts Sauce both. We're gonna have a great pair. We got Pooh Bear on our pair. It's gonna be fun. So
yeah, absolutely.
And the good thing about it is we're using the 1 through 8 side of the house. I think we're starting on 1 and 2, but everyone bowls on every pair on that side of the house. So it's not like someone hits one pair and someone else didn't.
Right.
Everyone bowls you bowl 4 games, 1 on each pair.
Kind of cool, yeah.
It's cool. So then, that's as fair as it gets, So,
for sure.
So it should be fun. Looking forward to it. So check that out Sunday. If you're in the area, come watch. If you're not, watch it on the Frankie and Ding Dong Show live. We'll be covering it for you. So.
And just one other thing on that, so you guys know it is a dual pattern tournament.
Correct. We have the Vita 34 and the Norwegian 42. I'm not sure which lane is going to have which.
I'm assuming the long will be on the left. And
so you're right. You can get the advantage. I know. Yeah, so you guys have no ball return.
Because lefties use urethane up the gutter on everything, right? So
except state tournament.
Right. True.
Loft
with the outer limits inside with 290. So okay, let me clarify a little bit for you. And you guys that might have watched live the 299 of Frankie throwing it up there. State tournament, you only get this is even worse than our set. 2 balls per person per lane. So you get 4 shots total. So Frankie, had a rough start, but fucking A, Frankie, you get 2 balls per lane. It's not a lot, brother.
Listen, I'm getting older.
So it takes me like game, middle of game 2, you fucking light it up and then go 299. And you guys, like I said, probably watch live right here.
Sunny D says, good luck, guys. Sunny D, if you happen to be in the area, if you want to commentate, we're going to have the feed going all day. You're more than welcome. You do a great job in the booth for us. You're more than welcome. Sure. You're more than welcome to come hang out and get into the booth, but that's totally up to you, brother. So
yeah. Hey, maybe we can even have a safety meeting outside too.
Safety meeting, yeah.
Yeah, so that way the show is nice and safe.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's get into the next thing we want to talk about, which is how about this right here, pulling the string, USBC certifying string pins. Yeah. So. It's an interesting one. I mean, I read Jeff Rickle's article on the 11th frame. I subscribe to that. And, he did a really good write-up on it. And, this is something that's been talked about for basically 5 years now, like the whole string pin thing. I don't mind it. And it's going to be its own separate certifying category, which it should be, because it is a little different game than what we're used to.
Kind of like our sport average and house set.
From the research, from what it seems to be is that it's about a 10% reduction in strike percentage is what they're saying, which, is going to knock your average down. That's, probably 7 to 10 pins on average for each bowler. So it is going to have some sort of conversion eventually, I'm sure, for that. Right now you can use your regular average in what's going to be sanctioned string pin tournaments, but what doesn't go the other way. You know what I mean? You can't use a string average in the right, because the conversion is not really there yet. So, I don't mind it if it's something that helps save bowling and keeps bowling centers open that would otherwise close, or open centers that normally wouldn't, because, there's not as much maintenance costs associated with this. I'm fine with it. I mean, it's probably the future of bowling. I mean, I'm a little bit of a purist where I like the free falling pins, but it does take away some of the advantage of the high speed, high rev player, where you're not going to get as many of those off hits. The messengers aren't going to be there. The trip 4s, the trip 6s, they're saying don't fall as often.
Pins
right.
Going to be a thing.
So, I mean, does it level the playing field a little bit that way? Sure. I mean, but it'd be interesting to see how this evolves over time. Like how, you know what I mean? I guess even the places that have string pinners and pin sitters in place need to do an upgrade to those because they're changing the length of the strings for the certification.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to change that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is all stuff that's kind of new. So, I mean, while I'm still a free fall guy, I don't mind that this is now, because it's its own separate category, I'm not as opposed to it as I was before.
Yeah. So I mean, kind of the same way, and I talked about this online earlier. As a bowler, I'm not a fan.
Right.
I've bowled on them before. Not a fan at all.
Right.
As someone who's a promoter of the game, yeah, I support it because I have a feeling that string pins are going to help to keep bowling alive. As you said, Frankie, the maintenance, and it comes down to, our society today is it's becoming harder and harder to find good help, qualified help.
Right.
That's the thing. Now, the maintenance on the machines, that's a specialty job.
Yep.
And you have to have the knowledge in order to do it correctly, so that way it appears that your center is running smoothly when it never is.
Right.
It really never is. It's just, do you have the team that supports it to appear that it's running smoothly?
Right.
Now, with the string pin machine, especially some of these new ones like Brunswick's making right now, the maintenance is so low that you can almost have just a couple people at your front desk, and then, hey, you can go all night all through these like open play Galactic Bowl stuff where your center absolutely takes a beating from these open players. It does.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. But the string pin machines kind of give you that peace of mind where you don't have to worry about the constant maintenance. Something always going wrong. Now, of course, you still have ball returns. Ball returns have always been an issue.
Oh, yeah.
Will always continue to be an issue. A little bit less, especially those machines that have the elevators, with pins going down the chute. Because that's not going to happen unless you get one that breaks a string. And I mean, you're going to have to break the pin, clear the head clear off of it pretty much for that to ever be an issue.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, it may keep the game alive just by having centers, like you said, open potentially that would never open, or a center that may close just because they can't find the team to support it, or their pin setters are getting to a point where they band-aided them so much that...
And they can't find parts, or they can't afford to upgrade to new pin setters, you know what I mean? Like the standard pin setters. So, so... Again, if you tell me 100 centers would close, but 50 could stay open if they had string pins, I'd be like, well, then they should go to the string pins.
So 50 open.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think it is, I don't know if it's the future of the game, but it's definitely a future part of the game. And USBC doing some research, and, as much as I crack on USBC as much as everyone, I think this was done pretty well and with a lot of thought behind it. And, I'm glad that they are making it a separate category and not just lumping everything together. So that's not a bad thing.
Well, and we got to do something to keep our sport alive, really.
Absolutely.
And if even putting them on strings, if somehow we can get more kids in the game to, maybe make it look like a different type of game, then that's great. However, as we know, two-handed bowling, especially in the youth boys divisions, has become huge, and I think a lot of it is, everyone likes to see the ball hook, right? Hook steps.
Sure.
So, and it's easier to hook the ball, but it is easier to get these off-pocket hits that you might not get when the strings become involved.
I agree.
That being said, speed and revs have always kind of dominated our game, in a way. You know, look at Mark Roth even back in the day.
Well, except for the greatest bowler that ever lived, Earl Anthony, who was the epitome of the dead stroker, right up the outside, and he could even play inside and be pretty deadly. So
I mean, when you're that accurate, when you can repeat and you're just so fluid and smooth that it opens up your window for miss room like that. You don't need the reps.
The greatest of all time debate is one of my favorites too, because it's something we haven't really talked too much on our show about it, but different people, measure who's the greatest of all time. Is it who has the most majors? Is it who has the most titles? Is it, how many titles per year? How do you measure it? A career average? Like who is the greatest of all time? Like,
Right.
To me, still, Earl Anthony's the greatest of all time for the simple fact that winning 43 titles in 13 years is such an incredible feat.
It's domination.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
No one will ever do that pace again.
Right.
And as dominant as EJ is, and Belmo, who is right in the conversation. Simo's up there, but I mean, obviously Walter has the most titles of all time. I mean, obviously it's over a much longer period of time.
And Walter bowls everything. I mean, Walter.
Right.
Walter,
he's live streaming his league
everything.
events. Down in Florida. Yeah. So, Walter is just a bowling aficionado, all the time. So
one hand.
Well, it doesn't matter. Bowling everything. He's tried it all. So, and won at every level. So, but to me, Earl's still the greatest, just because of that. But Belmo's right in the conversation, and Walter's right in that conversation. Norm, Pete, those guys are all in there too. So, and EJ is going to creep into that conversation. Give him another 5 or 6 years and see where he's at. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's just getting to his peak now. Really.
Right. Physically, he's at his peak. Mentally, he's overcome some of those TV demons that he had. Yeah. And this season, 5 titles, 2 majors. Season's not over yet. So
you got to figure his next 4 or 5 seasons could just
start
tearing it up. Because
he could be what Belmo was doing, 7 or 8 years ago.
Right.
Where he was just, when he walked in, you were like, okay, well, everyone's playing for second.
Right.
And that's how people they're looking at EJ right now. And even Belmonte, Belmo was right there. He was, one bad shot from EJ away from winning 2 majors this year himself. So
absolutely, yeah. And both of these players can make different shapes with the ball, play with speed, play with rotation.
Belmo's been a pro. I think Josh asked a question in here. How long has Belmo been a pro? He came over before the World Series of Bowling 1, which was 2009. So I want to say it was like 2007. So I want to say about 16 years, right in that ballpark. He's been pro.
Yeah.
So, he's winning at 2.5 titles a year. Earl was winning at 3.5 titles a year. That's a significant difference. But he has more majors than Earl, which is a big deal. Well, he's got 32. Yeah, so basically 2 titles a year is what that's pretty good. That's amazing. Especially when almost half of those are majors. 15 majors out of those 32 titles.
Yeah.
So like I said, he's in the conversation. You want to go 1A, that's fine with me. I just think that if you see like a big 3 on tour now, I really think that it's, Belmo, Simo, and EJ are your big 3. And everyone else is trying to catch those guys.
Oh, absolutely.
And, and you look at any show, I want to say there was 3 or 4 shows this year where those 3 all made the show. That's domination.
Yeah, totally.
So, but it was interesting to see the show this week. There was a big talk about, or last week with the major, urethane versus resin. Resin, the guy throwing resin won, and he said that the reason that he won, one of the reasons was the lane set up the way he thought they would with the guys throwing urethane in front of him. He expected them to break him down a certain way with the urethane, and that allowed him to basically use that urethane shim down lane with his speed and rev rate, which actually helped his ball reaction with EJ. Yeah. So, Santu went to resin late and threw a 5-bagger at the end of the game. Simo went to resin on 1 lane only.
Right.
But stayed with urethane. Belmo stayed with urethane all the way through, and again came within 1 shot of winning. But it was interesting, kind of like people talk about urethane and this and that and resin. Well, the resin guy won. The guy who throws resin every single TV show is the one who's going to win Player of the Year going away this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, to me, there's room for both. But yeah, so Josh said, looking forward to seeing the pros use the skill ball. Yeah, I think they'll strike with it. They strike with everything. So you adjust the surface of it. You make, again, the lane man controls scoring pace. You remember when they did the polyester ball tournament, the PBA had, I want to say it was won by Brian Zizig, might have been. And the scoring pace for that was, like a 235 average to friggin' make the show. With plastic balls.
Yeah.
Again, if you make the pattern set up so that you can bounce the plastic and create some shim inside for the hold, these guys with their speed and rotation are going to score.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even with the skills balls, they're going to be able to score.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Actually, we're going to be out there.
Yeah.
And I just drilled up Zen's skill ball.
Yep, nice.
You know, that it's crazy ball because it's a pearl urethane, but the hardness is 80 to 82 on the hardness scale. So, I mean, it's definitely a lot different than her herb.
Yeah.
By all means. So it'll be interesting to see what it does out there. If they're saying that the patterns this year are going to be a little bit less volume than last year. Last year it was in the 8.5-ish mil range. So I'm assuming it's going to be in the high 7s, low 8 mil range. One of the patterns I think was 34 feet. The other one is 46 feet, both under 2-1. So
yeah.
Really, really tough scoring pace. Again, you can only have one ball with you. It has to be that PBA 3.02.
302, yeah.
Yeah. But it would be interesting to see the pros throwing that ball as well. But as you know, we've had them in our house, Frankie. They throw some great balls.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like we've even had El Chapo on our team.
Yeah.
We have El Nino that bowls in our house now, you know, so you know, we're no strangers to watching them throw great shots. It'll be interesting, though, to see them ball down, if you will.
So if anyone has any comments on the Bowler of the Year tournament for Sunday, any predictions on who's going to win, throw them in the comments. That way we can go back and see if you were right when we go back and revisit this on Sunday. So any predictions on who might win this thing, let us know. Also, the next thing we want to talk about, the Hungus 8K. You see it behind us. We're talking about it. You see it on the screen with the ticker that says, who wants to win $8,000? I do. That is coming up May 20th and 21st at Bayside Bowl. First place prize, $8,000. Still room on all 3 squads. I believe there's only 3 spots left at 11:30.
Yep.
So definitely.
They just opened up, actually.
Right. So if you want to get them now. And there's still some spots left. I think there's 5 spots left at 8:30. Fill those up because guess what? You're going to want to fill those up because if you wait and sign up just for the 2:30 squad, you're not going to have a chance to re-enter.
Right.
So get in on the early squads if you can, because I'm telling you what, when you get there and you find something late, say, and just missed the cut, you're going to be like, damn it, I should have bowled earlier. And then I definitely want to. That's what I did last year. I bowled early. I re-entered, got one of the buys because I was top 4 and ended up making it all the way, making $2,000 for third place finish. So you know what? It's totally worth it. $250 entry fee for a chance at $8,000, even spending $500. No brainer. Get in there and do it. Biggest paying tournament in the Northeast. So definitely want to get into that event. Yeah. So Josh also asked us, we were bowling the regional in Vegas, in Manchester. I haven't signed up yet. I was actually going to see how nationals went and how my kind of hand was doing. I've had a broken pinky that I was been dealing with. See how I get through that, and then if I'm feeling really good about it when I get back from nationals, and then the 8Ks right after that, and if I'm feeling really good, then I'll sign up at that time if there's still openings. But you know, I hadn't decided yet if I was going to do that or not. But it's kind of cool having it in our backyard in New Hampshire. So
yeah, absolutely.
You know, nice having a PBA regional out there. So kind of, you know, good luck to them. I hope it goes well. So anyways, $8,000. Get into this tournament, no brainer. Don't forget Ace Mitchell stepping up, providing 2 raffle balls for the Hungus 8K. Brunswick Mindset, Columbia 300 Madness, both phenomenal pieces of equipment. We're going to raffle them off, and we'll give one away between first and second squad. We'll give the other one away between second and third squad on Saturday. So you got to be in attendance to win. Get your tickets. You know what? Go grab some lunch at Bayside, hang out on the mez, do whatever in between squads, and then we'll draw it in between the second and third squad. We'll draw the first one between first and second. That person will get their choice of which ball they want. Yep. And then whichever ball's left will get drawn between the second and third squad. So it'll work out pretty good.
Yeah. And as Frankie did say, you do have to be in attendance to win, but you don't have to be bowling to win.
No.
So if you're just hanging out, having a few drinks, watching the action,
absolutely,
go ahead and grab some raffle ball tickets. You could actually walk away with a brand new Brunswick release, the Mindset or the Madness. You know, just for buying, you know, $5, $10, $20 worth of raffle tickets and having a good day, watching some bowling, having some good food.
Absolutely. Good food, winning a good ball. Josh said that the regional's on Viper. I didn't know that, actually. So that's pretty cool. So
what was the date on that again? I have a feeling Brooke had something going on that
Is
day.
it May or June? It's in June. Pretty sure it's June because the cutoff, I think the cutoff for entries was Memorial Day, that like 30th or 31st of May. Maybe it was like June 8th or something. I don't know. It's in the beginning of June. Yeah. So anyway, so we also want to thank Bowler Builders Pro Shops offering free drilling of the winning raffle balls. As always, thank you to Jimmy Clark, shop owner. We work there. Really appreciate Bowler Builders being a huge supporter. There's also a raffle going on for Junior Gold, right? For the Maine Junior Gold. That's also sponsored by Bowler Builders Pro Shops and Frankie Ding Dong Show. So, so definitely get your tickets for that, so you can support the youth getting their jerseys. Oh, Gaskell says he thinks June 2nd and 3rd for the regional. You have Josh Delfonso just confirmed. Oh, we got Hungus checking in. Also, Killer Hip Hop Show. Yes, on 520 for folks in town.
Yes.
Yeah, Ed OG, acrobatic and terminology. Trust me on this one. Yes, definitely. I'm planning on going to that.
That Saturday night.
That Saturday night is going to be killer. Cannot wait for that. Yes, thank you, Hungus. I'm glad that we didn't forget to mention that. Thank you for chiming in on that.
Yeah,
that is going to be a phenomenal show. Really cool. So
the biggest amateur event of the season.
In New England.
And then a huge, absolutely great party to kind of, have like a hard day at on the lanes of thinking, and then a good way
and
to
just chill. And then
you
know what? Like then you watch that Sunday if you're in it. Match play Sunday for all the wheat. I mean, there was nothing like it. Bowling in that atmosphere last year, coming into that match play on Sunday was just such a surreal feeling when you make that cut and you're in with some of the best in New England and the world. I mean, we had some. I mean, Michael Martell won it last year.
Yes,
Michael Martell was on the Masters telecast, runner-up this year. He's coming back. We're going to have some other bowlers in the field that are going to make this a phenomenal event. Any of our PBA guys that are bowling in Delaware right before the 8K, get your butts up here and bowl this event. Why would you? It's a no-brainer.
It's only $250
for $8,000. Like no-brainer. No brainer. Come up here, get your butts in the center, and come bowl. So, yeah, Josh says, hope to see a pattern soon for the 8K. Yeah, I'm sure we will. Let's get through the tournament this weekend, and I'm sure that things will
major. We got a major
title coming up here.
Major
title coming up on Sunday. So, really excited for the one on Sunday. We can add another title to the list, another major. There's been 17 majors so far. Let's see what happens. And I think no one's won more than 2 majors at this point. So it'll be interesting to see, do we have a new major winner or do we have a repeat winner? It'd be kind of fun. So
yeah, absolutely.
So we talked about the ball raffle for the Junior Gold. I think we pretty much covered everything now. If there's anything that anyone in the comments wanted us to cover that we missed, please let us know. Really looking forward to Sunday's tournament. We didn't get any predictions in here on who anyone thought was going to win. Yeah. Nothing in. I'm just going through all the comments, and I don't see any predictions. Interesting.
Well, it is a hard call to make on that dual pattern.
Hungus coming in hot. Pattern for the 8K will come out early next week, probably by Thursday. There we go.
There it is.
I like it.
Yeah.
You just heard it here first from the commissioner himself. Oh, Hungus going with Stephen Major on Sunday. Yeah, Aaron's brother, as they say. That's his nickname.
Frosted Tips.
Frosted Tips. So. Yeah. So who's your prediction, Dana?
I'd like it for it to be me, but
Okay, besides, obviously we're both bowling in it.
Right.
If you had to go with a bowler besides yourself to win it, who do you like in this thing?
So in our series this year, I gotta say Stephen Major is probably the favorite this season. I mean, he's probably in line for, if we were to have a bowler of the year, he'd probably be in line for it this year. He's done really, really well this year. Yeah. And even on those ones where like I'm pretty sure he had a title on one where he just snuck into the cut.
Yeah.
And, so it was kind of unassuming.
Yeah.
And then he just pours it on and then wins the title.
Yeah, I like that.
He's been putting a lot of work in and he's got a great game and he's very patient.
Yep.
And I think that helps
Doesn't panic. So.
Yeah, I think that helps him. But I
got to read you what Gaskell wrote.
Storm's bowling.
He's bowling.
Right?
Yep, he's in it.
Gaskell.
The wily veteran, old Jimmy's in it. So, I can never count Gaskell out of anything. Especially if the gutter plays, then Brian's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, he's going to keep him playing.
Gaskell says, if Steven knocks me out, I'm leaving him at the rest area in Kennebunkport on the way home. I think that's fair.
He's going to have to call an Uber.
Sonny D says, who won the dual pattern on the 2 patterns that were used this year? Who won the dual pattern event?
Well, on the 2 patterns that we bowled on?
Yeah, on the Bavita and the
Shit, I don't know. I think Mallory has a post up, doesn't she?
I have it in my. It's in my titles archive. I mean, I have it all on my thing here, but hold on, please hold. No, you can talk to everyone. I'll find it. So
okay. So it is the dual patterns, the Bavita. Okay, right here. Stom won on the Norwegian 42, and Serrano actually won on the Bavita.
Oh, did you have it on your phone?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. There we go.
So I don't know. Is Serrano is not?
He's on ball. He didn't make it. No.
So let's move to the second place bowlers then. So you have Master Splinter was second place on Norwegian 42, and then your own Grynham Gaskill right here
right there,
second place on the 34. Now this is just for qualifying.
Right.
Just for qualifying.
Right.
Third place goes to Thunder Chief on Norwegian 42. He's going to be in there. He snuck in. He was 24, I'm pretty sure. And then on the short pattern, it's Stom. So you got Stom, top qualifier on the long pattern, third top qualifier on the short pattern.
Yeah. So you'd have to think he's going to be someone to look at for this tournament.
Fucking right.
I'll tell you who I'm going with. I'm going to go with a guy that, as the season's gone on, watching him firsthand bowl, you see the going this way, right? I mean, it's Buck Ripcord, but to me, Buck Ripcord. Watching him physically get better as the season went on, physically feeling really good now.
Yes.
Had a dominating kingship performance.
Totally.
Phenomenal. And he tried to run me down for high average on Wednesdays. I'd be a little short. But
but I mean he
has been crushing it the last month and a half. And
just come on.
I'll tell you what, when he's feeling good, he is a very hard person to beat. Keeps his emotions in check all the time. Never gives away the head pin. And so he's my pick. I'm going to go with Buck Ripcord on this one. That's
a pretty good call.
So
Bucky, he's damn good. He's always been up there. If Bucky's not up there, it's usually unfortunately health problems that's slowing him down. But I got to tell you, with him feeling better lately,
and you can tell he's just throwing it confidently. And it's scary when you have a confident Buck Ripcord on the lanes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because, I mean, all this time he knew that he could get there, and now that he actually physically can do it, I think he's enjoying it again and being oh, I knew I could do
but
this.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Ripcord Stephen Major championship match either. So, I mean, those two would be, that would be a great match. And But, I mean, my heart goes out to some of the wily veterans. I would love to see an old Jimmy in there and a Stom in there. And, or who knows? I mean, it could be anyone. Maybe Colonel Sanders makes a run because he's had a pretty good season. I mean, there's so many. Master Splinter's been throwing it great.
Splinter's been
throwing it great. Yes. Nut Sauce. I mean, been practicing her butt off for tour coming up, PWBA, throwing it really good. She bowled good this weekend up in Bangor.
100%.
I mean, so there's there isn't a bad pick in the whole bunch, right? I mean, there's so many, the top 24 of the season, the best bowlers, and that's why it's a major. You're bowling against the best.
Right. And you kind of figured we bowled all season on all sport shots. Yeah. This was the Carlsbad Tour.
Yep.
It was a sport shot every month.
Absolutely.
And so you have the top 24 on all of these events all season long. It's a star-studded field. You will not want to miss it. If you can't be there at Bayside Bowl, be with us here on our stream.
Watch it on the show. We'll have it
live on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, and on our Twitch stream.
Yep.
Get in there and comment. I don't know who's going to be running the booth, but just get in there and comment. Even if no one's running the booth, it's going to be a great event.
For sure. Yeah, and we'll have it running, and then we'll reset the feed once match play starts just to get you a fresh feed so we don't run out of time on the Facebook channel. But really looking forward to the event.
Major, folks. This is a major.
So we got Couch, who's obviously bowling. Him and Junior Haas both bowling.
Yes.
And you can't. I mean, Couch won last year's King of the Jungle tournament, I believe.
Yeah.
So right, because it was Carlsbad Safari last year.
Yes.
So Couch. So you can't count Couch out. He's another one of my favorite wily veterans out there. He says if I can't repeat, then Nut Sauce is his pick. That'd be a great pick, and it would get Nut Sauce in not only for a major, but it would get her into the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah.
She needs that title to get into the TOC. Yeah. So there's basically a couple more chances. You got this one. You got the missed match play coming up in July. Those are your next two chances to try. So I like it. Sonny D saying he's going to try to make it down for some color commentary. I love it.
That would be great.
That would be epic, buddy. It would be great to see you there. But yeah, so we covered everything tonight. Really looking forward to seeing everyone this weekend.
Yeah.
Sunday at Bayside Bowl. Check it out. Pretty excited for this one. And then after that, next week I fly out for nationals. heading out to Reno. So looking forward to nationals. We're bowling the 8th and 9th of May. I'm going to be out there all week, probably bowl the Bowler's Journal, the BTM stuff, do a little bit of everything while we're out there. We're going out to San Francisco for a couple of days to kind of check that area out, and then coming back and doing some other fun stuff around Reno. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So definitely looking forward to that, and I'll definitely keep everyone apprised. Maybe do a couple of like quick little live hitters while I'm out in the Reno area. You know, I'll be out there with Nut Sauce and Tommy Guns and Carl Hungus, my doubles partner for nationals this year. So pretty excited for that. So
yeah.
Josh says they fly Friday. Cool. Yeah, we're taking off. We're taking off that Saturday. So next Saturday. So looking forward to that. And so, anyways, I don't want to keep everyone holding up. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight. And obviously, stupid me. Before we leave, I totally forgot to cover one of the topics here. FDDS teaming up with $2 Phil for the Hungus 8K.
Yeah, absolutely.
You saw $2 Phil with his 10 on the Deck Productions.
Yep.
Made the announcement the other day. Super great guy, Phil Brylow, covers a lot of events with PBA Tour, does the player interviews there and everything, does a great job with that. Does some work with, like, I believe, Inside Bowling and some of their stuff, and a whole bunch of, I mean, he's all over the place, right? Phil's a great guy. Had some great conversations with him. He reached out to Hungus and reached out to us as well, and we're teaming up together to give you super coverage of the Hungus 8K, basically is what we're calling it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Phil's bringing in all of his equipment. You'll be able to watch any pair of lanes anytime you want, all day long, Saturday, Sunday, wall-to-wall coverage. You're going to have some commentary from Phil, some commentary from us coming in hot, and just some really, really cool stuff, and really excited. You'll be able to see it on our page on Facebook, on our YouTube channel as well, and I'm sure Phil will have it on his streams as well. Yep. We're going to have you streamed and covered and smothered. But you'll have all the bowling you can handle from Bayside Bowl that weekend. It's going to be epic.
Yeah, I'm absolutely excited. I forgot that it's no longer like in the bag. That the cat came out of the bag.
No, the cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, it's really cool. I can't wait to work with $2 Phil.
For sure.
It's definitely someone I've listened to watching bowling.
Absolutely.
As we have, so it'll be cool to team up and get the forces together, if you will, and promote some huge bowling, the biggest paying tournament in the Northeast.
Absolutely.
For amateur play. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We
don't exclude anyone from playing, by the way. Doesn't matter if you have 50 tour titles or regionals or anything, whatever you win, don't matter. You come in here, everyone starts at zero. We allow everyone in here. We don't exclude any players. So if you want to come in and bowl, get in here and bowl.
Yeah, all you have to do is sign up.
Absolutely.
Put down
the money down and you're in.
And you're in. Yeah. So $2 Phil, where you can't wait to spend some time working with him for sure in the Hungus 8K. It's going to be a great tournament. That's going to be a star-studded field once again.
It's going to be fun.
So if you like star-studded fields this weekend on Sunday, check that out. And then Memorial Day weekend, I believe that is.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Check out the Hungus 8K.
Yeah, the 20th and 21st of May. So it's going to be a good time.
And actually, that speaking of Junior Gold, Maine Junior Gold ball raffle, I think that will still be running. So hit up any of the Maine Junior Gold players. You can hit up Amy Bushway. She is the director of the Maine Junior Gold tournaments. You can hit myself up. Frankie can get you in the right direction. Hit us up. $5 per ticket. You can buy as many as you want, and it's going to be your choice of ball.
That's awesome.
Any weight. Yep. Any current release. Anything. Nothing like international or special ball. Just something I can get from my distributor, Vinny Grayson and Yes Mitchell. Gotta give a call out to Vinny again. He hooked us up with those two balls to the 8K. Vinny does us well, so he can pretty much get anything current.
For sure.
Get us, even if you want to have one of these pre-orders. Like if you wanted to do it that way, we would take care of it. Bowl Builders Pro Shop, Jimmy Clark, the owner, Frankie working there, myself working there. We have our PWBA superstar.
Sauce. Absolutely.
So we'll hook you up. So go ahead and visit the Maine Junior Gold website to find out more information. You can see the flyer. Hit up a Maine Junior Gold player or hit up one of us.
For sure. Great job on that. And again, looking forward to working with $2 Phil on the 8K. And if you have any questions for us, hopefully we can get Phil in here on a little split screen with a little interview time before the 8K. Kind of build that up, and if people have questions for Phil,
maybe
kind of what to expect. Yeah, on a Fridays with Frankie or something, we'll talk to him and definitely get more information out there for everybody. It'd be really cool. Maybe we can get a little three box going with Hungus, $2 Phil, get us all together all in here. That'd be fun.
Cool.
Well, we'll try to get something like that hooked up for you guys, and then you can ask any questions you have about the biggest tournament in New England.
Yeah, for sure. And I can't wait to crown another $8,000 winner this year. It was pretty awesome last year to do that live right on our channel.
It was fun. Yeah.
So I can't wait to do that again. I want to give like a little mini shout out. I know we weren't there on Wednesday, but we bowled against Salty Balls.
Oh yeah.
So Timmy's team and Ryan.
Yeah.
Picked up the Greek church, dude.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's
really,
fun. I love
really
seeing stuff like that. Yeah.
So, little mini shout out to him.
Very
He's
cool.
probably not watching, but
hey, you never know.
It was cool for me. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna split." I'm like, "Dude, some people go their whole career and not make that split."
Absolutely, that's a tough one.
That's cool. He went for the 3 side, but you know how Ryan twisted.
Oh yeah,
really hard and kicked one over there, and like the 7-pin somehow like hit off into the 4. It was wild.
That's
awesome.
Really, that's cool. I wish I was there to see that. So, well, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We'll have more information on 8K stuff as we get closer and closer. If the squads fill up again, only 3 spots left at 11:30. Those that just opened up, snag them. I think there's 5 left for 8:30.
Yeah.
Grab those. Get them as fast as you can,
yeah.
and then we'll start filling up that 2:30 squad afterwards. So
So for the 2:30 will fill anyways because
get the re-entries from people
to get up early.
Absolutely, and then people, if there's spots open, we'll take walk-ins day of the event. It's not a big deal. We'll just add you right in.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
So definitely thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Next time to see us is live Sunday from Bayside Bowl for the top 24 KWT Bowler of the Year tournament. So for King Ding Dong, I am Frankie Avalon. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And as always, make sure you get the kids in the center.
Absolutely.